Hi, welcome to Fong's Fables. Strap in and let's start the story. We had just moved into our new place. It was supposed to be a fresh start, a peaceful beginning for our little family. But on literally the first morning, 5 o'clock in the morning sharp, I was jolted awake by the ungodly screech of a power drill. My wife, half asleep and annoyed, muttered, "Is that downstairs again?" Before I could answer, a series of loud bangs started rattling our walls. Even our daughter, barely a month old, woke up crying in terror. For a moment, I genuinely thought there was an earthquake. I checked the building group chat. Dead silence. No one said a thing. Apparently, I was the only one crazy enough to care about sleeping like a normal human. So I tagged the owner of 307. "Hey man, it's barely even light out. Power drills. Hammering? People are trying to sleep." He responded within minutes. "Oh, the whole building knows I'm renovating. Everyone's fine with it. Why are you the only one with a problem? Just hold on a little longer. We're almost done." "Right. Almost done. That's what they always say." I replied, "Almost done doesn't mean you get to start hammering at 5 in the morning. This is your house, not a factory. And this has nothing to do with me. Why should I be the one to endure your mess?" That set him off. "What kind of petty neighbor are you? Too afraid to even leave your unit number. Why don't you come say it to my face?" I didn't even respond to that crap. Instead, I told him plainly, "If you keep breaking the building's renovation hours, I'm reporting you." Cue several angry voice messages, swearing, shouting, calling me every name under the sun. Then he had the audacity to send me a friend request. I ignored it. But a few minutes later, I got a private message from the neighbor across the hall. "Hey Alex, just a heads up, be careful with 307. The guy's name is Damien. His family got this place through relocation housing. Super entitled and basically untouchable. Most people in this building don't mess with him. That's why a lot of the other units are still empty." No wonder no one spoke up in the chat. My wife sighed. What did we do to deserve this guy as a neighbor? I muted the group chat and went to make breakfast. But when I left for work, I realized the elevator wasn't coming. I waited and waited. It was stuck on the first floor. "Come on," my neighbor across the hall muttered. "Let's take the stairs. Probably that idiot downstairs messing around again." Sure enough, when we got to the lobby, there he was, Damien, built like a fridge and scowling. He stood blocking the elevator while his workers hauled in bags of cement and wood. I tried to be civil. "If your materials aren't even loaded yet, why not send this batch up first instead of hogging the elevator?" He looked me up and down, lit a cigarette, and scoffed. "Who the hell are you? The elevator's public. I have every right to use it. You got a problem?" "Yeah, the problem is, we only have one elevator. Blocking it at rush hour isn't just rude, it's selfish." "Well, too bad. I'm using it as long as I want. What are you going to do about it?" He grinned like a school bully who knew the teacher wouldn't step in. And when the elevator finally closed, I said loudly, "Some people won't learn until they get trapped inside and the elevator breaks down. I hope I'm there when it happens." I know he heard me. The smirk on his face vanished, and his eyes filled with rage. I reported the incident to the property management. But when I came home that night, the elevator was still blocked by more of his crap. 2 young girls stood helplessly nearby. Everyone was too afraid to say anything. I live on the 12th floor. So yeah, I climbed. Again. Just as I reached out to call property management again, the elevator opened. Damien stepped out, and from his clenched fists and glare, I could tell he had heard my complaint. "Where do you think you're going?" he barked. "Can't you see I'm still moving stuff? Take the damn stairs." That was it. I lost it. I grabbed him and yanked him out of the elevator. He stumbled, almost falling flat on his face. "Did you just push me?" he shouted. I slammed the close button. The doors shut before he could charge. When I reached my floor, I found my front door completely blocked with stacks of wood and bags of cement. No doubt his idea of payback. And just as I got there, my wife slowly cracked open the door. A board had fallen on her, cutting her forehead. Blood seeped through the bandage and dripped past her eye. I rushed to help her. I needed to get her to the hospital, but the door was blocked. Damien came stomping up the stairs. "What the hell gives you the right to touch me?" I ignored him. "You got a problem?" he growled, lifting his arm like he was going to hit me. "Bad idea. I used to be the city's amateur Chinese boxing champion." He swung. I caught his wrist, twisted, and flipped him flat on the ground. He flailed, screaming, "If you lay one more finger on me, I'll sue you into bankruptcy." I said calmly, "Why'd you block my door with all this crap? Prove it was me. Maybe the workers moved it by mistake. Then move it now. They're off for the night. Tomorrow. My wife is injured. We're going to the hospital. Now." He sneered. "She can wait. It's not life-threatening. Quit being dramatic." Something snapped. I punched him square in the nose. Blood gushed down his face. He stammered, You. I cut him off. "What? It's just a little blood. You'll live." That was when he totally lost it. He grabbed a wooden plank and lunged. Before he could swing, a loud voice rang out. "Drop it." The cops had arrived. My wife had called them. Damien froze mid-swing. His arm just hung there. Awkward. Embarrassed. Caught red-handed. The officers asked what happened. I told them everything. "You've violated the Public Security Administration law," one said. "You've seriously affected others' lives. Clean this up now. Then come with us." Damien's face paled. "This is a misunderstanding. I didn't put the stuff there. It was the workers." Too bad I had installed a peephole camera. I pulled up the footage on my phone. There he was, directing workers to block our door. He turned white. Then he exploded. "So what if I did it? You provoked me first." He tried to lunge again, but the cops tackled him and cuffed him on the spot. I cleared the doorway and rushed my wife to the hospital. Thankfully, just a surface wound. Later that night at the police station, the verdict came down. Either Damien pays a fine and covers my wife's medical bills, or he gets 5 to 10 days of detention. He chose the money, paid us $2,000. With the money, I bought noise-canceling headphones and earplugs for the building and posted in the group chat. Free for anyone who needs them. First come, first served. The next day, I could hear Damien raging at his workers downstairs. Karma was sweet, but I wasn't done. I had to leave on a business trip, so my wife decided to take our daughter and stay at her parents' place for a few days. When I returned, as soon as the elevator opened, I was hit by a wall of rotting garbage smell. I turned to look and saw several ripped trash bags dumped in front of my door, leaking brown slime across the floor. Flies were swarming. My wife pinched her nose. Just then, the elevator dinged again. Damien poked his head out. "Oh, wrong floor," he said mockingly. "Man, what's that smell? Guess someone's getting what they deserve, huh?" My wife stormed forward, furious, but I held her back. "Don't waste your breath." It took me 2 hours to clean up the mess. I was sore, exhausted. My wife slammed the mop into the bucket. "Why did we get stuck with this guy?" she groaned. I pulled her into a hug. Our baby smiled at us from her stroller. In that moment, I decided, Damien may have made our lives hell, but I'm not going down quietly. He wanted a war. Well, he just picked the wrong guy. Just when we thought we could finally catch a break, the damn sound of a power drill started up again downstairs. This time it was sharper, more aggressive. It went on for 2 straight hours and made my scalp prickle like it was being drilled too. I couldn't take it anymore. I jumped up and stormed downstairs to knock on Damien's door. Strangely enough, his door, which was usually wide open during renovations, was shut tight. When it finally opened, it was an old woman who answered. She looked frail, so I tried to keep my tone polite. "It's already past 8 p.m., I said gently. "Don't you think it's time to stop the work?" But instead of a reasonable response, she glared at me like I'd insulted her entire bloodline. "Oh, so you're the bastard bullying my son," she snapped. "Who the hell do you think you are, telling us how to renovate? Get the hell out of here. Like mother, like son, huh?" Damien popped his head around the corner and whined. "Mom, that's the guy who stopped my renovation last time. He even hit me and called the cops. I rolled up my sleeves. Then maybe you should have learned your lesson. It's 8 in the evening. Tell your workers to wrap it up or I'm swinging again. Damien flinched and took a few steps back, clearly not expecting me to push back. His mother scoffed. Don't be scared, Damien. I've got your back. With his mom egging him on, Damien puffed up his chest like a rooster on crack. I'll renovate whenever the hell I want. If you don't like it, move out. And if you knock on my door again, I swear I'll make life hell for you, your wife, and your kid. Then he grinned like a creep. By the way, your wife's still got a banging body for a mom. Props. I saw red. Before I knew it, my fist was in his face. You what? Damien crashed to the floor, howling. He hit me. Neighbors, come see. Assault. The commotion drew a crowd, and by the time people arrived, I'd already shoved Damien's front door open. I need to see what palace he's been drilling down there for 2 damn weeks. Inside, the workers had paused, clearly startled. Steel rebar lay hacked in half. Chunks of concrete were piled on the floor. My stomach dropped. You've been demolishing a load-bearing wall? Silence. Then the shouting started. Damien, you out of your damn mind? You trying to kill us all? This whole damn wall's gone. Load-bearing walls aren't a joke, man. Damien turned red and tried to shove people out the door. This is my house. Get out. But the crowd wasn't having it. One guy who lived upstairs stepped in, furious. I don't care what you do with your house, but this wall affects the whole building. Damien, being the class act he is, rolled his eyes. My wall, my business. If you're scared, move out. It ain't illegal. I sneered. Actually, dumbass, it is illegal. And if anything happens, you'll be held fully responsible. He laughed. Please, just a wall. You're all acting like I detonated a bomb. Then he picked up a power drill and started waving it at us. His mom saw an opportunity and flung herself to the floor, wailing. Oh Lord, why is this happening to us? All we wanted was to renovate. Damien whipped out his phone and started filming, egging her on. She started fake crying even harder, throwing herself around like a cartoon character. Someone help this poor old woman. They're bullying me and my son. Who will protect the elderly? I was done. I called property management and reported the illegal demolition of a structural wall. They showed up almost immediately, but Damien blocked the entrance. You're not going anywhere, he growled. It's my wall. Who the hell are you to inspect it? Just some watchdogs I pay fees to. Move, the property rep said. Hell no. You're all just in on the scam, trying to squeeze us for money. His mother lunged at the property manager, crying like it was a funeral. The young staffer was clearly rattled and backed away. That night, our community group chat exploded. Damien tried to command us to stop talking about it, and got booted from the group in 0.5 seconds. The cheering in the chat was unreal. Despite repeated attempts by property management to talk sense into them, Damien and his mom kept kicking them out. Eventually, the property office had to cut off their power. Damien lost it. He was raging at the office entrance. So I knocked down a wall. Big deal. If anything happens, it's my problem, not yours. But property management held firm. No electricity until he fixed the wall to code. They finally agreed, and for 2 blessed days, there was peace. But I didn't trust it for a second. Sure enough, that night, I heard very familiar demolition sounds again. I snuck downstairs and caught Damien and his mom whispering at the door. Property's bluffing, she said. Only idiots spend money to restore a wall. Exactly, Damien sneered. We finish it tonight, they can't stop us. Besides, Kiki loves big balconies. Gotta do this for her. I crept back upstairs. No point confronting them again. They weren't going to stop. But this time, I'd let the law deal with them. That night, my wife, kid, and I booked a room at a nearby hotel. Just in case. Next morning, boom, group chat's on fire. There was photos and videos. Chaos ensues. Our building had a massive crack stretching from the 4th to the 6th floor. The wall was splitting like a fault line. Everyone was screaming in the chat. Damien tore out the wall. Everyone evacuate now. My wife saw the photos and muttered a curse. He's gonna get us killed. I took them to my parents' house and called the housing bureau on the way back. When I returned, Damien was still arguing with property management downstairs. I already knocked it down. What are you gonna do? Rebuild it for me? Then police and building safety officials arrived. Damien tried to block them, but they weren't playing games. 1 warning. 2 warnings. 3. You're obstructing an investigation. Cuff him. He was dragged to the side, red-faced and sputtering. His mom screamed and attacked the officers. Both were taken away. Later, we organized a lawsuit. Damien was ordered to restore the structural wall and compensate several families. The bill? Over $100,000. They were stunned. Damien was nearly 30, still sponging off his mom. There's no way she could afford it. So what did they do? They blamed me. Apparently, I was the root of all their problems because I complained too much. If they hated me before, they really wanted me dead now. One night, coming home late, I took a shortcut through a quiet lane by the side gate. That's when I felt it. A sharp pain in my back. 2 men. Masks. Hats. And one of them was definitely Damien. That stupid squinty eye and pudgy face were unmistakable. He was trying to jump me. In the dark. There was no cameras, no witnesses. I played dumb. Hey, I don't have money on me. You sure about this? It's a law and order society, guys. The tall guy raised a metal rod. I barely dodged it. No more mister. Nice guy. I drop-kicked him in the chest, bam. He hit the pavement and stayed there. Damien lunged at me, swinging a rod. But he was clumsy as hell. I snatched it and went to town on his leg. He screamed like a banshee. Stop. It's illegal to hit people. Oh, now you care about the law. I tossed the rod and walked off. Next morning, everyone in the group chat was buzzing. Damien's leg is broken? He'd called an ambulance in the middle of the night. Admitted to the hospital. Peace. Blessed peace. But the problem wasn't over. A week later, he came home, on crutches, followed by his mom and another guy. Tall and skinny. Same build as the one who tried to jump me. That Saturday, I was cooking when bang, bang, bang. Someone was smashing my door. It was the old hag, with a hammer. I opened the door. You planning to pay for the damage? She sneered. Pay you. In your dreams. My son's leg got broken, and you'll pay for that. Oh, so that was me now. What proof do you have? Maybe it was karma. Ever think of that? She lost it and lunged at me, clawing like a wild animal. I gently pushed her away, and she flew backward, dramatically flopped to the ground, and started shrieking. He hit me. Help. I'm an old woman being beaten. The tall guy ran over. Auntie, are you okay? Then Damien came hobbling out with a phone, filming everything. You hurt my aunt, you bastard. You'll pay for this. My wife ran out and dragged me back inside. Don't give them what they want, she whispered. And she was right. Because these people, they weren't just toxic, they were dangerous. But I wasn't done. Not even close. That same night, someone dropped a video in the building's group chat. And holy hell, I realized what Damien had been up to. He posted a heavily edited clip on social media. In it, I'm seen pushing his mother, who then dramatically clutches her waist and collapses to the ground, crying. That tall, lanky guy was shouting in the background. If anything happens to my aunt, I swear you're gonna pay for it. The video cuts to Damien's mom lying in a hospital bed, holding up a doctor's diagnosis like it's a winning lottery ticket. It read, mild concussion, soft tissue contusion in the lower back, assaulted by neighbor resulting in head trauma. Yeah, that went viral. Of course it did. The internet lives for this kind of drama. Turns out the whole stunt, the confrontation, the yelling, even the fall, was a setup. They came to my place just to put on this performance. And Damien wasn't done. Riding the wave of online outrage, he posted a lengthy sob story. Ever since my home renovations disturbed him, he's been targeting me. He bribed property management, cut off my electricity, and tried to extort money from me. When I refused to be bullied, he broke my leg and assaulted my nearly 60-year-old mother so badly she got a concussion. I've worked hard my whole life just to own a home, but now I can't even complete basic renovations. What did I do to deserve this? Why is no one standing up for me, the common man? It was sickeningly manipulative. His writing made me look like some violent tyrant who stomped around the building attacking the elderly and breaking bones for sport. But thank God for neighbors with functioning brains. The comments in our group chat came fast and furious, and most were in my favor. My next-door neighbor spoke up first. "We know exactly what kind of people Damien and his mom are. No way little Meng would hit an old lady." Another chimed in, "Please. We all know who the real menace in this building is." Before I even said a word, neighbors were already swarming the comments section under the video to defend me. Even random netizens who didn't know me started doubting the video. I've watched this clip back and forth 10 times. He never even used any force. How the hell did that light tap turn into a brain injury? Damien couldn't stand that he wasn't getting the sympathy he thought he deserved. He lashed out. "Are you all blind? She has a medical report. You think I faked a concussion?" Someone hit him back instantly. "Buddy, you walk into any hospital and say you fell and feel dizzy and nauseous. They'll slap you with a mild concussion diagnosis. Doesn't mean someone beat you." That's when Damien came knocking on my door again. "You can get as many people as you want to speak for you. It doesn't matter," he sneered. "I've gathered all the evidence. I'm reporting you to the cops. You're going to jail." I smiled and said, "Why don't we resolve this privately? We're neighbors. It doesn't have to get so ugly." He squinted like he smelled blood. Thought I was scared. Too late to beg now. My mom's injured. If you don't want the cops involved, pay up. There it was. The real reason for all of this. I played along. "All right, how much are you asking for?" He didn't hesitate. "Medical bills, supplements, emotional damages. And if my mom ends up with any long-term effects, you're looking at least $70,000. If you don't pay, I'll sue you into oblivion." I gave a small laugh. "Sure thing." Meanwhile, I'd been recording everything. "You can sue me all you want. I don't know what evidence you think you've got, but I've got plenty showing this was extortion. And that is a criminal offense." The moment he realized I had him on tape, Damien lunged forward to grab my phone. "You recorded me? You son of a bitch. If you post that, I'll smash your damn face in." I dodged, slammed the door shut in his face, and ignored his shouting. Then I got to work. I uploaded my own video. It included footage of him illegally demolishing the load-bearing wall, then showing cracks spreading across the building's outer structure, the official order from the housing department to stop construction and repair the damage, the fines he refused to pay. Everything, point by point, with proof. The internet exploded. Comment sections turned into war zones. Damien's posts were flooded with hate. Even reporters showed up to cover the load-bearing wall scandal. Neighbors jumped in too, tagging him in comment sections, demanding, "When are you paying us back, Damien?" Under pressure from media and public backlash, Damien deleted his account within days. The Housing Bureau came knocking again, demanding compliance. Damien tried his usual tricks, deflecting, making excuses, but this time it didn't work. Too many eyes were watching. No amount of his mom's flailing or sobbing could save them now. Eventually, Damien's mother had no choice but to use her own savings to fix what they'd broken. Under the supervision of professional inspectors, they restored the structural wall according to the original blueprint and strengthened the damaged frame. But when it came to compensating the residents, especially those whose units were affected, nothing came. They kept saying they were broke. Then 2 weeks later, I ran into them again. It was early morning. I was climbing stairs for my usual workout. As I reached the 3rd floor, I heard Damien yelling behind his door. "All your stupid ideas. You told me to knock down the wall and take it to social media. Now it's all over the damn internet. Kiki saw it. She's breaking up with me. Guess the girlfriend had enough. I spent all that money on renovations, and she still left me. What now?" His mom tried to console him. That kind of woman's not worth it anyway. If she runs the moment you have trouble, she's no good. Don't worry, Mama will find you a better one. But Damien wasn't having it. He shoved her out the door and screamed, "Then you go talk to Kiki I. Fix this mess." His mother stormed out, fuming, and spotted me at the elevator. She looked like she wanted to skin me alive. I simply stepped aside and continued my climb. Damien saw me too. He slammed his door shut, then flung it open again, yelling, "Why the hell are you on my floor? You're bad luck." I stopped, smiled, and said, "Just here to remind you, you still owe me compensation." He froze, then slammed the door so hard the hinges shook. Half a month passed. Still no payment. So we sued again. This time, the court got involved. They reviewed Damien's assets, froze his accounts, and issued a mandatory enforcement order. Within weeks, he moved out. The day he left, we lit red firecrackers at the building entrance to celebrate the exit of bad energy. It was petty, but God, it felt good. Not long after, someone in the chat shared a screenshot. Damien had listed the apartment for sale. But since the load-bearing wall had been tampered with, he had to list it below market value. A few weeks after we finally received our compensation, a new couple moved in. Young, polite, and sweet. On their first day, they gave small gifts to all the neighbors. They even said, "We're planning a light renovation. Nothing major, and will only work during the approved hours. Thank you for your understanding." And they actually stuck to their word. Every now and then, Damien's name still pops up in the chat, but always followed by curses and insults. And honestly, I hope I never meet another neighbor like him again in my lifetime.